Yes, yes, yes. Baby. We got that Snyder Cut trailer. Spoilers in the trailer, and of course, the link will be down below in the description. Woo! Couldn't find my one headset, couldn't find my other, so I'm using these. First off, just so I can correct everybody, the first person you see isn't Darkseid yet. Sorry for the interruption. Uaxis. I think that's how you say his name is. I'll put the spelling here. I usually call him Uaxis. Ux. However you say it. I call him Uaxis. But, sorry. While I was editing, the audio cut out because I didn't realize this got, well, the headgear I had got pulled out. So, back to the video. This is the geek protagonist, and I know my comic books. But, yeah, it's pretty much Darkseid. This panel was fun. I love seeing Zack Snyder interact. Like, you can see the feeling and the appreciation in his eyes. And it's very heartwarming. He did go on some fan questions, got to talk to some people who did release the Snyder Cut, which I hope this does really well so people, excuse me, fix my posture there, can start to, directors and things can start letting out those, here's our versions. Now, from what we could tell and what he kind of said, and he said it really fast, he was like, yeah, about 4 hours or 4 parts. And then he's like 4 hours. So when he was speaking about the other countries, saying, hey, if you don't have HBO Max, we're going to send it here, kind of thing, right? So what that kind of indicated is that it's going to be a 4-hour film. Now, I know originally he said the movie's going to be over 3 hours. So they're going to release it, from how I understand, in like 4 parts, or then he's like, you could watch it all together. I think that's awesome. He's going to get this full vision. I don't want to hear people, oh, I don't like Snyder. Then don't watch it. Like, I'm tired of people always going, well, I don't like this, so no one should get it. No, this isn't for you. There's for people who've enjoyed the Snyder stuff, okay? Who enjoyed to me, the true version of BVS, which is the director's cut. And anybody who doesn't like BVS or keeps trashing BVS, even though the movie did extremely well, look at the actual director's cut. It's a much better film in the sense of how it's put together. Because the big problem is that the original film made it seem like Superman just wanted to take down Batman, but there's actually reasons. There's more build up to why they got to that point and how they got to that point. And for all the people who were complaining about, how did Lex Luthor know who they are? Read a comic book. Yeah, read a comic book. Because if you read the New 52 more recently, Lex Luthor figured out Batman was Bruce Wayne. Literally, they were just sitting there. You know why? Because it was already established Lex Luthor is the smartest person in the DC universe. He's smarter than Batman. Higher IQ than Batman. The only thing that stops him is his ego. And lately, he's even been getting that. So let's get off this whole, let's nitpick. It's the same thing like when people complain, Superman broke a guy's neck to save a family? Why? Why? Okay, did you watch Superman 2, where him and Lois murdered them after they depowered them? And they were helpless against, Superman, who can use fixed vision, who can change time by spinning the world backwards. And they had none of their powers. And he crushed their hand and threw him off the side. Let a guy fall to his death. And then Lois Lane made a joke about it. Yeah, but that's okay. That's cool. Yeah. Anybody who has an issue with Snyder's movies, that tells me you're either being nostalgic. And I'm not talking about like legit issues. Like, for example, I have very legit issues about The Dark Knight Rises. that I can point out that's like that movie has a lot of problems. Um, when I review them, you'll see what I'm talking about one day, sometime down the line. But yeah, when I hear people, it's murder Affleck, because every live action Batman didn't murder, including Michael Keaton, who lit a man on fire with his jet engine, or the time he put the dynamite down the guy's pants, or the time he took his legs, grabbed the guy, hit his head against a pole, and then dropped him, or shot a statue around a dude's leg and watched him fall to his death, or let a guy threw up a bunch of coins, let him fall to his death. No, Batman doesn't. Batman's never killed in any other live action at all, or directly murdered people. But yeah. So yeah, before you start saying, "Oh, I don't," take any complaint you have and then go back and check the comics and the movies and see if that same thing exists in the others. Yeah, because even Nolan's Batman did it too, like when he burnt down the monastery. Anyway, back to the awesome news. So for the Snyder Cut, which was awesome and exciting, this is for the fans who wants to see Zack Snyder's full vision, the best that he can, because he really wanted to do Man of Steel 2, and then he said, no, you're going to do BVS, but when he wanted to do Man of Steel 2 and then lead up to the death of Superman. But, studio interference, which I think AT&T has fixed that problem, because I definitely see James Gunn like there's zero studio interference. Like, yeah, I think AT&T is like, no, let people do their job, which is the best way to do it. You live and die by your own work. He took on fan questions. He talked to some of the people who were big contributors to the movement of the Snyder Cut. That was freaking amazing. Like I said, you heard it was 4 hours. It was funny to see Afro Ray Fisher, which I've met Ray before. He probably doesn't even remember. A friend of mine is actually okay with him. But yeah, I got to talk about Ray a little bit, but I'm going to do that in a different video. I'm kind of getting a little annoyed with the complaining, especially since he was the one touting Josh Whedon the most. But I'll get to that later. But he had an afro and stuff. Looked very different. But him, Cavill, Gal, they all were asking fan questions. Calvill's proper as ever. Affleck, which I'm just happy to see him back. I kind of hope he sticks around. Surprised that I'm saying that in 2020. If you talk to the younger protagonist back in his like 20s and stuff, I was not a fan. Usually Affleck was only good to me when he directed the movie and wrote the movie himself. His other films, he weren't that good, but he killed it as Batman. But yeah, it looked really cool. I enjoyed it. It had a different tone. I also laughed that he used the Hallelujah thing again, like he did. All right, the Watchmen movie, I can't wait till I review that too. The one complaint that I'll give to you as a freebie on Watchmen, except for Simon and Garfunkel's what's the name, Sound of Silence, the rest of the movie's music was just off. Look, I'm a fan of Zack Snyder. That music was off. The Hallelujah thing kind of worked though, mainly because it's like Hallelujah, it's here kind of thing. So I got it. If he does another one, I would like to hear a different song, because it did make me think of Watchmen. It worked though. In a weird way, it worked, and it was really a cool thing to see the stuff, to see the war, see this, and see where it goes. And I hope we get the sequel. If he doesn't, wouldn't it be cool if the first 2 hours or whatever is the thing with Steppenwolf, the actual Steppenwolf, the way he was supposed to look with the moving nanomesh, and not the older guy Steppenwolf that looked like he wasn't finished in CG. But the first 2 hours is that leads to them having a fight with Darkseid. I would love to see that them actually have a fight with Darkseid. And they finally explained why all the heroes who could fly in room were just standing there in the statue in one trailer. So it looked really cool. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. Look, I love the fact that I'm hearing a lot of people say, hey, even if they don't like it, they're happy for the fans who do. Because there's too many times in this industry of stuff that they're like constantly the toxic fans. Why are you giving the fans what they want? AT&T was like, money. I got a funny, almost can bet that when the Snyder Cut's about to drop, HBO Max's subscription is going to go up. I could be wrong, but I got a really strong feeling that's what we're about to see. But no, giving fans what they want guarantees you money. You have to learn how to balance out, especially if you're redoing something or something that has like a long history. Please the old fans, get the new fans, and then that's how you keep it going. That's why Star Wars has flourished, because it gets new fans. Whether you like the new stuff or not the point. The point is that to this day, Star Wars is still around. So yeah, I hope the 4 hour thing is kind of his Justice League Part 1 and Part 2. That's like my personal thing. I would love to see that. So then they actually have to fight Darkseid and kind of complete the story. And I think that would be a good place. So if they want him to do more, he can. And I would love to see him just do HBO Max stuff. But this is kicking off a lot. So y'all tell me what you think. Are you a fan of the Snyder Cuts? Do you want to see it? Or are you happy for the fans that are getting it? Like myself. This is the Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. DcFandome news continues. And I spread it out so I didn't hit everything at once, you know. See you soon. Hey, thank you for visiting my channel. This is the Geek Protagonist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please, it'll really help me out in the channel if you actually share these videos, if you like what I'm doing. Please hit that bell notification. Hit it, click. This way you won't miss any of my videos. Also, there's a thing on there that says personal and all. Hit the all. This way you'll get them every time for the notifications. I'm trying to, grow, trying to do commentary about what's going on. And I want to thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay real. This is the Geek Protagonist. I'm out, and I'll see ya.